being a good listener, which is a skill. It just doesn't happen overnight for a lot of people. So it is a skill. So it's something you have to work at. And let me even dig just a little bit deeper with that, because there's levels of listening, right? So listening just to be able to respond is what most people do. So they're hearing, but in the process of hearing, they're actually already formulating their response, which means they're not actually listening, if you really think about that, right? Because they're just listening to say, okay, all right, yeah, I get to a spot where I get my word in because I need to say what my response is. What you want to be able to do is actually hear the other person's thoughts, comments, whatever it is that they're sharing with you as a whole, right? Then process it, then respond, right? So that is the process that you should go through. But most people don't, because we feel like we've got to have this instantaneous response to all things. So as being a better listener, being a good listener, is to learn to have that patience to actually capture it all first, then process it, then give your response.
I'll say I am not, I have not been in the past a good listener, even though I thought I was, because I heard everything that you said. And that is the work that I'm doing on myself is, and think I have mentioned this before more than once, that people and even my grown children will say, wait, mama, listen to what I have to say first. Because quickly the mother in me wants to solve it right away, either because I already know what we should do and I already know what I need to respond, or I just don't feel like hearing the whole story. And so that has kind of spilled over into every other conversations that I've had with other people. And so I have been I have been working on grooming myself to just listen. And people can trust you when they know that you're listening to learn about what they're saying and not putting a lot of energy into listening to respond.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning to be more purposeful in my listening. I know that people will trust me when they know that I'm listening to learn and to hear what they're saying and understand what they're saying, not to just to give a response. And it used to drive me kind of crazy when I would talk to people and I would give them my problem or whoever problem, and they just wouldn't say anything. And then I would say, well, you're not going to say anything. Bryan is a perfect example of that. And I would say, you're not going to say anything. And they'd be like, well, let me get back with you. So not being self-aware, the first thing you would start thinking about, well, what did I say? What did I do? Well, what happened? What's wrong? Mm-hmm. Really, they was just purposeful listening and being a listener and sorting through that so that they can respond in a way that came from what they thought and not just what you said and what they heard.